Damn, this is pretty hype. For a quarterfinal, this is really hype. As we have these guys, these photos taken at Stockholm DreamHack, of course. We got Russia versus the US of A. Hitman, semi-finalist of the DreamHack. HawK eliminated in the group stage there by Lawliot. But man, this, when it comes to Human vs. Orc, it doesn't get much better in the Western scene. So Hitman, bottom left-hand side, and HawK, upper right-hand side. On Northern Isles. Gonna be interesting. So I have no idea what their pings are, as lobby is always a little different from in-game. Spikes aren't calculated in this as well. So yeah, first best of 3 of this tournament. As from quarterfinals on, it's best of 3 in the Gold Cups. Semi-final best of 3, grand final best of 5. Farseer, Headhunter is, I think, a good choice. Especially on a higher-ish ping. And that's the play. Hitman, of course, always in good practice versus human, as there are quite a few human on the ladder. And his biggest opponent in the Americas is always Cruncher. HawK, I think, put a lot of effort into this matchup after he was defeated by Starbuck in fall. Still not his best matchup, I would say. Definitely great. So, creeping starts to the north, not going into the center to not get exposed to a Farseer Headhunter harass. Or not as quickly, but Hitman, ruthless aggression for him. 11 AM. Fine. For HawK, 10 PM. So that just shows you how far apart in the world these guys are. Yeah, a couple of spikes. It's not perfect conditions, obviously, but it's as good as it gets. Thanks to the variety of having 26 different War 3 Champions servers around the world. HawK kinda greedy, only defends this with Militia. Oh, Murloc goes to Hitman, I think. Shouldn't be a big trouble as he gets the Wolf too. Sonic, 223 bits. That's an odd number. What does the profit predict here? I think Hitman wins somehow. Vicious, thank you very much for a 5-year resub. NA number 1. LOL. But of course, you're right. Everybody with a 5-year sub badge is 100% correct. So rifle play by HawK after a tier 2 tech. In the shadow of the tower. That's fine. He got the level 2, which is the biggest obstacle in the early game. Hitman retreats without losing a Headhunter, possibly. Be aware, Archmage got good damage. Yeah, I think you can see and feel that this is a little sluggish. Probably for the players too. But you know, you gotta make the best out of the situation. And these guys are pro players / semi-pro players. They should know ways around this. Grunt transition, and he will fall back probably soon. control regeneration as they are quite hurt. I always like that you can make a choice. Like, did you lose a lot of HP early? Boom, go for. Oh, that was close. Nicely played around this by Hitman. CN, 17-month resub. Money, item, insub fist. And for Hitman, I think it's a decent early game as well. Got level 2, stole some experience away. For HawK, it's not a disaster by any means. He's very low on lumber though, due to all this harass. Nice deny. Feels like both are getting used to the feeling and to the conditions. I mean, they played on netties before, right? So they are used to not perfect conditions.
A player's forces are under attack.
Hering, thank you for the 13-month resub. Man, it's a sub fiesta today. Love it. Potion of greater healing. And a little bit of a standoff in the middle of Northern Isles. As the TC is creeping, he's trying to creep the Mountain King. Pretty standard. HawK got the Sanctum up finally. It feels like HawK is a little late with everything, just due to this harass. And now Hitman can dominate the middle a little. Because MK isn't there yet, Army isn't there yet, no Dispel, not the necessary damage, not the necessary supply, and Hitman himself is waiting for the Purge. I like that both know their strength. Hitman a little more aggressive. But maybe that's just his youth. And HawK is dodging Hitman, but he's not exposing himself to a creepjack. Gotta be a little careful to not get intercepted as the TC illusion is roaming there. And, you know, Storm, Purge. That's a lot that Hitman can work with. Keeps the Bone Chimes for a heavier grunt play, plus more purges, no tier 3, rather a transition into Raiders and Kodos. So an anti-breaker build down the road? But Raiders are excellent, of course, always. He's gotta have quite some Dispel to work with, right? It's only single target damage and only 2? Okay, so it's not as many shaman as I thought. But on the other side, we don't have slow, so it's not that important. Against water elementals, against the summons, that's quite nice. HawK a little inefficient, moves from the very south to the very north. Gotta watch a ward here and here. Great vision. And I feel like there's a storm brewing about the red spot upper left. Ooh, Archmage, great damage. And HawK is also transitioning with a lot of gold into a second Sanctum, into more casters, into breakers. And both are meeting each other at 50-50. Items, Protection Scroll. Heal Scroll and Invul on the other side. Level 4 Cut Gas Pipe. Yo, freaking dream for a shaman player.
Player's forces are under attack.
And it's an arms race. And it feels like Hitman is winning this arms race at the moment. But of course, a lot is down to control in the later stages. Still Footman in. Kinda decent. They're not getting ultra destroyed. So, do you engage here now? Is the question. MK with the ring. Great item for him. And I think HawK is brave enough to engage. The militia are kind of busy with the creep still. That storm was glorious. Same for the chain lightning. Creep still up for grabs. The Mountain King didn't do too much work, and oh my! Dispel on the lightning shield, but that TC is nothing but a monster. And HawK just wasn't ready yet. Not at all. The militia position, really not that good. And the TC at this stage of the game was just better than the Mountain King was. Way bigger impact. And maybe also more mana to work with. That's not the last kill. He gets a rifle here, but also retreats. Probably smelling blood in the water, but there's still kills to be made. And you need the safety for the TC. Oh, baiting a little. TC has a stomp left. Oh, that's so much free XP. That's so much free XP. MK close to a hammer, I guess. HawK dodges that stomp. Kinda nice. But man, this is the Hitman show. And there's another stomp. That's the focus fire. Boom, level 5 TC. Very, very clear dominance. HawK doesn't really stand a chance. He was never a big fan of this matchup since it's changed from FORCEIR. From Blade Master to FORCEIR. And again, it shows. That didn't look too crisp, a little indecisive. And then the militia didn't work at all. And that whole fight position was a little weird. There was never this the full potential of the human army. Mountain King couldn't really connect. And Hitman had great items. He prepared wonderfully for this fight. And that was a fight where Hitman just had the upper hand. Sonic defeats Dice? Damn! Is it done yet? Blade is up against Caspin in the semis. Yeah, I think HawK just did the transition to breakers and it wasn't ready yet. So Wolves were still on Hitman's side. There was no real slow, and then you just can't control the TC properly. Maybe there's a comeback possible, everybody. HawK now on Autumn Leaves, of course. Updated Autumn Leaves. Was the sound alright? Or do you have any complaints? Because I saw some people saying something about the game sound. Because in my ear, it's perfectly fine. But you probably don't hear the same way as I do. Mostar, thank you for the 61-month resub. That's 5 years in a month, man. Crazy. Muddy. FORCEIR Headhunters again. And of course, HawK going for an Archmage. Question is, will he skip on an Arcane Tower or delay the Arcane Tower? Will he be greedy? It's gonna be a nice little back and forth in the middle of the map. Katka's Pipe did a lot. I just picked it up, right? So yeah, he had a little bit more mana, but it wasn't a big army. It wasn't too many casters. HawK's items weren't bad either. It was just more efficient by Hitman, I think. The creeping. He got the middle. He got the lamp on the left-hand side, then went over to the consumables and the red. And HawK had to dodge the middle. Had to go to the outskirts, to the very south, into the very north. And then obviously, there's great items. Sounds good? Alright, thank you. Instant res, kind of surrounding this Archmage here. tricky situation for HawK, who was an 11 time in a row Gold Cup champion. Sounds good, sounds good, sounds good. Thank you. Would be fitting if he's also the last champion and gets his revenge against the people who dethroned him in Sonic and Blade. But Hitman could just ruin the parade, and then NA would reign on the 4-player cups forever. And you know, once NA claims bragging rights, they're not letting go of that. Arcane Tower is on point. HawK salvages this well. Gets the circlet for a little bit of damage, but struggles with level 2. And that is slowly but steady becoming an issue. Because Hitman doesn't need level 2. HawK does. So, Footman without Militia? Nah, here they are. But Hitman says, okay. If you give me the map, you don't want to fight. It's fine with me. I'm gonna steal your cake. And we all know that HawK loves cake. But okay, counter aggression with 3 circlets, and that is such an unusual timing that it might work. The burrow, if that's not coming up, it might even delay the TC. So HawK finds an opening where there kinda is none. Uh-oh, the shop. I mean, units are not too hurt, but still, you would love to have a clarity. You would love to have the selves. Oh, deny, deny, deny. Well done by HawK. Patiently waiting, and again, there was so much experience denied. Where did he get this timing from, man? Really, really interesting.
The town is under siege.
And he cancels it again with a Footman and an Archmage. Despite being stuck on level 1 for a long time, he still had the mana to do so. And he's forcing Hitman back. He couldn't get him supply blocked, but that costs. And there's no regen at the moment. So HawK, I like what you did here. Yo, Grinchy, how's life? Once again, we get a similar situation that we had on Northern Isles in the mid-game. Rifles by HawK. Needs a little more leveling for this Archmage for level 3. And casters. But this time, everything is better for HawK than it was on game 1. TC is delayed. Shaman are probably delayed. He lost a couple of resources. His army can't fight because it's still hurt. CR7 William, thank you for the 2-month resub. Saludos from Mexico. Ay, ay, ay. Gracias, gracias. Hitman with a chance to maybe cause some more damage with the Chain Lightning if he wants to invest it. Does so, but only for the little one. Kinda greedy. But the wolves are doing the real damage here. That's a pickup for the Mountain King. For the Farseer. He wants this rifle. You can feel it. But the priest is there, personal caretaker. And in the meantime, simultaneously, of course, there is creeping, but without selves, it's so rough. HawK still creeping simultaneously. Gives again the middle to the orc, but this time HawK is getting a similar big camp, I guess. MK is quite a beast. Little worried about that Archmage not level 3 for the aura missing. Power leveling on the TC again. So that's a position now where this camp is so big. And then they will probably fight, right? Or Hitman moves back a bit to go for the consumable. And HawK, where do you go? Red spot? That seems risky. Genetic, 49 month, it's 4 years in a month. That's a lot of long-time fans here today. 2 people with a 5-year sub. No, a guy with a 4-year sub. You guys are incredible. And it is the red spot. 4 rifles. That will take quite some time, eh? That sounded like a Mexican in a bear trap. Oh, wolf with chain lightning. With lightning shield. Chain lightning on top of things as well. That is significant damage right here. Tower down. Echo. Wreck. What did HawK get for his efforts? Katka's pipe and the crystal ball. Ooh. That is a lot of gold, of course. But Hitman feels comfortable now. HawK can rally up to 50. With the rifles, he still has some pushing potential. Mountain King looks real hot. And we also have Sorks in the mix. So we need more Dispel.
Players' forces are under attack.
But Hitman is just pressuring again. HawK wants this creep so bad. No Aura 2, by the way. So Mountain King needs these potions that he got. And he saw the movement. Okay. Hitman, do you want to fight already when you just invested into an expansion? I don't think so. You just want to harass. Which he does wonderfully. But HawK, do you want to fight? He wants to push.
A player's forces are under attack.
When's the Season 9 final? Very soon. We're working on it. Keep an eye out on our socials. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You'll see it. A save the date post maybe very soon. There's so many consumables here though. 2 heal scrolls, 2 mana potions, invul, big healing, even lightning shield. So Hitman can taste his own poison. But Hitman was successful in stalling the time for the second base. But now the clock is ticking in favor of Hitman. Supply lead, levels look good, 2 heal scrolls as well. It's gonna be this huge AoE fiesta, and he catches the casters! Oh no! What a disaster this position is! Needs the heal scrolls ASAP to do something about it. Cleb, of course, catches these grunts hard. MK gets cycloned up. He doesn't even know what hit him. And the lightning shield is doing way more damage than it should. Oh my god! Hitman at the fighting position. Second time in a row that it makes such a huge difference. That Invis TC into the casters. Ho, ho, ho. Wow! HawK is stopped in his tracks. Not looking too great.
A player's forces are under attack.
Finally level 2 Brilliance Aura. That's nice. Control magic too. But Hitman, all he has to do is scout the upper left and the natural and see that there's no second base, and 2 base always wins 1 base in this matchup. Oh, risky. Oh no. Oh guys, this might be the end. HawK wants to retreat, but it's so tough to do. No Invis Potion this time. He could control it, but no Stormbolt. Little bit greedy. There is slow on the TC, okay, but no bolt, so once again, good connection. HawK is able to split, but not good enough as the TC is just running into a bunch of units. Heal Scroll saves a lot. Mountain King finally level 4. But massive, massive stomps once again. He is executing this so well, and this army is just disappearing. Magic trick by Hitman. Make a 50 supply human army disappear. Holy sh... What a stomp. I mean, literally. It's a level 5 now. He still has mana. He still has a stomp. And HawK is so bruised. Oh, slow. Okay. I feel like this initiation was a huge problem. Is there TP? Yeah, there's an Invo Potion there as well. Keeps the Farseer safe so he can't even nuke him or force him into a TP. HawK was playing a great game. Both had not perfect conditions at all. But both adapted to it. But Hitman's engagements in both games just critical damage. Yeah, retreat and repeat. Real tough to get back from this. Down a base, down in levels. This rat spot, way too greedy. Maybe desperate after losing the engagement in the bottom as well. It felt like he had to do it. So I applaud that, but now, like, look at this army. Look at this army. Yeah, HawK looks at this army and calls for the GG. Hitman 2-0 on Northern Isles and Autumn Leaves. So we didn't need a coin flip at all. So this was impressive. And HawK will not get another gold cup. He was owning these gold cups for such a long time. The most dominant player in gold cup history. He's out. So we still have the past 2 gold cup champs in Blade and Sonic, who's facing Dice at the moment. And of course at the top of the bracket is Blade, who's at rank 4. HawK will forever be the most successful player in Gold Cup history with 16 wins. Then it's Happy with 10 wins, and then Blade, Sonic, Foggy. Could be Hitman's first. Could also be Hitman, the first American victory. Thank you, HawK, for so many awesome games throughout these runs. But Hitman prevails, and of course we're going to follow the main. If we have a DreamHack semi-finalist in the Gold Cup semi-final, then that's of course the game we're going to show. Do we have a restream? This is the question from the currently ongoing Sonic vs. Dice. We'll keep you up to date.